in her daydream. Been this way.
G'day guys, my name's Dave Tran and welcome to a Throwback Thursday edition of a GuitarZero2Hero song tutorial. And by request, today I'll be teaching you the A-Team by Ed Sheeran. So for the basics of this song, you'll need your guitar in standard tuning, capo on the 2nd fret of your guitar, and you'll need to know 6 chord shapes. Now if you want to master your chords back to front, then be sure to head over to GuitarZero2Hero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. So the 6 chord shapes are G, D/F sharp. Now to play a D/F sharp, you're just going to play a D chord, and then with your thumb, you're going to reach over and hit the 2nd fret of the 6th string relative to the capo. And that's D/F sharp. Now if you're having trouble with the D/F sharp, then you can just play the D chord by itself. We have E minor, C, D, and finally A minor. Now in this video I'm going to teach you a simple way to play the whole song on the acoustic guitar. And I'm also going to show you the electric guitar solo in the bridge of the song. So before we get stuck into it, I'm just going to teach you the strumming pattern that is used basically throughout the whole song for the acoustic guitar. Now the strumming pattern is a simple down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And a bit slower, it's down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Except we're going to be doing a couple of things here. For one, we're going to be palm muting this strumming pattern. And in doing so, we're going to concentrate on more of the bass notes of each chord. So let's say we're playing a G chord, for example. Now to palm mute, you just take the fleshy bit of your palm and you rest it lightly on the bridge of your guitar. Like that. You know, you don't want to go too far in or no notes are going to ring out, just on the bridge like that. And we're going to play down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Like that. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to accent on the 2 beat and the 4 beat. Now to accent the strums, all we're going to do is just play those strums a bit harder. So basically the count goes like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and on the 2 and the 4 is where you want to accent, so it'll sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and like that. And you're just going to be repeating that strumming pattern throughout the whole song basically. So it'll sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now if that's a little too difficult to palm mute and play at the same time, then you can just play it without the palm mute and it'll sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Notice how I'm still accenting that 2 beat and the 4 beat. Okay, so let's get stuck into the verse. So the verse has 5 chords. We have G, then D/F sharp, E minor, C, and then G. As I mentioned before, if you can't play the D/F sharp properly with your thumb, then you can just play the D chord. Alternatively, you can play the D/F sharp with your index finger on the 2nd fret of the 6th string, and then your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Like that. And you just mute the 1st string. Now up here in the annotations, you'll be able to see how long each chord is going to be played for. But basically, the first G is going to be played for 3.5 of those strumming patterns. So one strumming pattern is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So 3.5 will sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. So that half strumming pattern is just 1 and 2 end. Then when we get to our D/F sharp, we're going to play that for half a strumming pattern. So that will be our 3 and 4 end. Then we get to E minor, and we're going to be strumming that for 1.5 strumming patterns, which will sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 end. So that half strumming pattern is 1 and 2 end. And then we go to C, and we're going to play that for half a strumming pattern, so 3 and 4 end. And then we go back to our G for 2 strumming patterns. So altogether, the verse will sound like this. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 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 2 and 3 and 4 and then you just loop that over and over. Then we get to the pre-chorus, which is an easy 4-chord chord progression, which goes A minor, C, G, and then D/F sharp. Of course, if you're having trouble with the D/F sharp, you can just play the D. For the pre-chorus, each chord is strummed for 2 strumming patterns, so the pre-chorus will sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 Now we get to our chorus and we just have 2 lines of chords. The first line of chords goes E minor, C, and then G. And the second line is E minor, C, G, with an additional D on the end. So the first line is played 3 times, and then the last line is just played once. Now up here in the annotations, I'll have a little number next to each chord, and that will just indicate how many strumming patterns you need to play each chord for. So for the first line, the E minor and the C are played for 1 strumming pattern, and the G is for 2 strumming patterns. And in that last line, each chord is just played for 1 strumming pattern. So the chorus altogether will sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then we have our post-chorus, and the post-chorus is just exactly the same as the first line of the chorus. So E minor, C, and G. E minor and C for 1 strumming pattern, and the G for 2 strumming patterns. Then you play another verse, you play another chorus, and then we get to the bridge. Now the bridge just has 2 lines of chords. The first line goes A minor, then we have C, E minor, and G. And the second line is A minor, and then C. And each chord is played for 2 strumming patterns. So our bridge will sound like this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And then we get to the solo. And the solo rhythm chords are just going to be the same as the post-chorus. Then we go back into another pre-chorus, but for the first 2 chords, the A minor and the C, we're just going to strum once. We're not going to play the strumming pattern. And then you get into the soft chorus. And in the soft chorus, all the chords are just played once, like this. And you don't play a strumming pattern in the soft chorus. Then after the soft chorus, we have the outro, which is essentially the same as the chorus. And then you end the song just on a G. So that's everything for the rhythm. Now remember that strumming pattern is used basically throughout the whole song. But if you can't palm mute it, then you can just play it normally. But just remember to accent on the 2 beat and the 4 beat. So now I'm going to teach you the solo in the bridge of the song. Now for this, you won't need the capo at all. All the tab up here will be relative to no capo. So to start this off, you're going to take your ring finger, you're going to place it on the 16th fret of the 3rd string. And you're going to hit this, but you're going to hit this while you've already got it bent. And then you bend down to the normal 16 note. So again, have it bent already, hit the note, and then bend down, or unbend it if you will. So one more time. And then after that, you're going to hit the 14th fret of the 3rd string with your index finger. So those first 2 notes will sound like this. Then after that, you'll take your middle finger and you'll put that on the 15th fret of the 5th string, and you'll slide down 1 fret to the 14th fret. So, and then with your index finger, you'll hit the 12th fret of the 5th string, and then your ring finger will go to the 14th fret of the 4th string. And that little lick will sound like this. And a bit slower. Then after that, what you're going to do is change positions. So take your index finger and now put that on the 14th fret of the 4th string. And you're actually going to bar the 4th string and the 3rd string on this 14th fret. You're going to hammer onto the 16th fret with your ring finger, like this. And then let go of that ring finger and then pluck the 3rd and 4th strings together, like that. So hammer on and then pluck the 2 strings. So far we have this. After that, with this 4th and 3rd string barred on the 14th fret, you're going to hit it again and then hammer on, pull off with your ring and pinky onto the 16th fret. So hammer on and then pull off with your ring and pinky onto the 16th. And then with your ring, then go down to the 16th fret of the 5th string. That little lick sounds like this. So after that, we go down to the 7th fret of the 5th string. Then we're going to hammer on to the 9th fret with our ring finger. Then go to the 7th fret of the 4th string. Back to the 9th fret of the 5th string. Back to the 7th fret. And then to the 9th fret of the 4th string. Then hit it again and slide up to the 11th fret. So slowly we have hammer on, 7, 9, 7, 9, slide. And a bit quicker, it'll sound like this. And the first parts of that lick should actually be palm muted as well. So it'll sound like this. And the last little lick is really easy. So with our ring finger already on the 11th fret, we're going to start with the 11th fret there on the 4th string. Then go 9th fret of the 3rd string, 11th fret, and then 9th fret of the 2nd string, and then finally end on the 10th fret of the 2nd string. So it's a 5-note run that goes like this. 11, 9, 11, 9, 10. And a bit quicker. So altogether, the solo sounds like this. So now I'm going to be playing the full song in its entirety. I'm going to have a vocal track on top for some context. So feel free to play this back as many times as you like, play along and see how you go.
Lights gone, days end, struggling man. It's too cold outside for angels to fly. For angels to fly. To fly, fly. Angels to fly. To fly, to fly. Angels to fly.
Be sure to head over to GuitarZero2Hero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. If you have any suggestions for Throwback Thursday, then please leave them below in the comments. If you enjoyed this and you want to see more, then it would mean so much if you hit that like button, hit subscribe, leave your thoughts, comments and questions below, and I'll see you next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.
I was doing just fine before I met you. Drink too much and that's an issue. Okay. Tell your friends it was nice to meet them, but I hope I never see them again.